Okay, there we go. Good day, ladies and gentlemen. I am the Ephemeral One, and welcome back to more Dark Souls 1 Remastered. Last time, let's see. Yep, let's see. Last time we ended up going basically to the archives. We began our journey, we finished up our journey through the castle, got through the archives, and now we now have basically, we have 4 objectives, which is one of each of the Lord Souls. And we're essentially being put on, unleashed and said, go wherever you want. So, I mean, restore a straight sword, still less damage, but yeah, it's more holy damage, but just trying to think where to go. I suppose the best place to start? Firelink Shrine, the most central location. And you know what? We'll actually go to a place we... Let's show something off. I'm just thinking, we have 4 routes. We have effectively the... We have 4 effective routes. One of which is the fire, one of which is the graveyard, one of which is the city below us, New Londo. There is, there's, what am I thinking of? New Londo, the domain under Quelaag. Yeah. You know what? Since we have the thick armor, let's start. Yeah, and I'll probably want to stick with this sword for this. Let's head to New Londo and see how well we do there. I normally only touch this place. I normally go to the place much earlier. But coming here later, we passed through the entrance to the area several times. But you're not really intended to be it's not necessary to come down here until around this time, where you were told that New Londo has one of the Lord Souls. So, and the smith is here. We'll see about improving. Alright.
What weapons?
Reinforced weapon, store a straight sword. Yeah, I've got enough twinkling. Yeah, might as well. Alright. Then reinforce armor. Note that the Elite Knight set is definitely one of the nicer ones. 65 on the chest, 52. Yeah, but that's only because I've gotten so many large. Okay, comparatively, like the 2 sets I tend to go through is either the Elite Knight set versus the Silver Knight. Which, okay, weight 12 versus, yeah, the Elite Knight is slightly, yeah.
Come back soon. Smith, don't let me...
Okay. Well, here, the easiest way to tell Okay, Silver Knight. Silver Knight. Okay, so 36.1 versus Elite Knight, which has more poise. 1 more point more poise. No curse resist, unlike this. More poison resist by 2 points. But the Silver Knight is more physically present. Yeah. Yeah. I typically go for the silver myself. Yeah, it's a little lighter. But the Silver Knight, I think, ends up working out better for me. So, what the hell? Especially considering the character we're playing, yeah. No, considering the character we're playing, the honest truth is the Hovel set. Blue was adept at moving extremely heavy body with was adept at using his extremely heavy body and used to fighting larger enemies than even him. So it makes the most sense. Also, in a bit of tragedy, our friend moved down here and has gone mad. He's gone hollow. He's waited so long. He kept saying he was waiting for it, and now it's happened. He's an adept warrior. Actually better than you're expecting, but he just waited too long. In the words of a monster, giving up is what kills people. Now, we're heading into a very unique place. One with a interesting history. But more specifically though, whereas poison was necessary for underground, an item called a transient curse, limb of a victim of a curse, temporary curse allows engagement with ghosts. The only way to fight back against ghosts who are cursed beings is to become cursed oneself. The safest method, however dreadful, is to cut off the arm of the dead. It basically allows you to interact with the spirits here in this flooded city. And we will need it. So, let's show off what I'm talking about. You don't need to ever come here in New Londo until this point in the story. It's why these unique enemies are given so much leeway. Note, ghosts pass through you normally, including your weapons and armor, until this point. Unless you have a curse active, they will pass through you and do direct damage to your health. And because they're ghosts, they don't have to portray or act in the way we would. In other words, they have an unfair advantage of mobility. And something they most will take advantage of. Yeah. And much like the skeletons, you only know they're dead when you start getting souls. And it's not a case of you do more damage. No, you cannot harm them without being cursed. And they will just pass through your armor. So, yeah. Yeah. And they will surround you, overwhelm you. They do not care. And down here, we can see You might expect that's a trap. Let's show you how. There. One's in the wall. Again, you can come here early, and you'll have little HP to resist their attacks. Just be aware that anytime that one shows up in front of you, and they have the chance to drop more curses, so be aware. And more curses. Trust me, you'll know when it wears off. You have time. Transient curses are a short-lived item, but you still want to be careful. And like here, you can see that one's ready to attack. Take this ladder, and you can climb down. Because this is actually a bit of a shortcut. Back to the beginning. In addition, just to show this one off. Yep. They start flailing. They'll eventually float down towards you. But remember, time is not on your side in this place. So if you start to run out of transient curses, there's not much you can say. There we go. There we go. And there's another ghost that's trying to attack us from below, which was why you would kick down the ladder and go after it normally. There. But notice how they bounce off our shield so heavily. Yeah. A lot of these ghost tactics is a lot of just forcing you to wait around or sustain extra damage. After all, they're ghosts. What do they have to worry about? Yep. And there are attacks after you, left and right. But bear in mind, there are plenty of ghosts here. Oh. Transient curse. Okay. Alright. And let's go further in. Now here's an ambush you can see coming. There. Effectively, what they're looking for is to come after you from the water. And there are more of them around. Yep. There's a lot of them in this room. There we go. Yeah. A lot of the bloodstains here are from people being careless. Not paying attention to their surroundings. Because ghosts do make a lot of noise. And in here... There we go. The ones, those bigger ghosts that are clutching like dolls. Be very aware of them. I believe they're able to paralyze you, if I remember correctly. But, even in this blasted place... Ow. Yeah. Yeah, there are those coming after you. Alright. Which is one of the reasons I told you, you don't really have to come here till later. But, even here, someone makes their home.
Well, this is a surprise. I get few visitors, save for ghosts. You have the Lord Vessel. Very impressive. I know exactly what your intentions are. You seek the four kings whom I guard over. This is the key to the seal. The four kings slumber in the deepest chamber of the ruins. Use this key to break the seal and open the floodgates. Oh, and do not forget, the dark wraiths reside in a dark void called the Abyss. But the Abyss is no place for ordinary mortals. Although, long ago, the knight Artorius traversed the Abyss. If you can find him and learn from him, the Abyss may prove surmountable.
In addition...
Hello there, the key to...
Now, this guy can also break the curse status for you for a cost. In addition, he sells transient curses and a sorcery of the Red Robe Remedician Ingward, guardian of the Seal of New Londo. Sacrifice humanity to undo a curse. So this would allow you. Abhorrent curses eat away at the core of one's very existence, and cleansing oneself of curses is no easy task indeed. So, yep.
New Londo was sacrificed to contain the Dark Wraiths. Mark my words, the Dark Wraiths are the enemies of man, and any living thing that has a soul. They were never meant to roam again. New Londo, Mark, they were...
So, we now have a sorcery capable of breaking it. Breaking the curse status. This is the only way to do so, but even then, you need 16 intelligence and the capability to cast the spell, as well as a instrument to do so. Yeah. Yep. And these ghosts are coming after us. Luckily, we're still cursed, so... Oh, didn't mean to do that. Pick up item. There we go. Oh. Oh, curse ran off. Luckily, we have enough HP to withstand this. But yeah, the key to the seal. He won't give it to you until you have the Lord Vessel. Theoretically, you can earlier in the game kill him for it if you really want it. But like I said, he's a useful NPC who can cure curse. Do you really want to sacrifice that? Soul of a Proud Knight. You coming down, or are you just going to keep swinging? Come down. Oh, is it because my shield's up? Yeah. I forgot, if you hold your shield button, they go for that long stab that basically... Yeah. There we go. I forgot the ghost AI is, if you have your shield up, they go for that long arm stab that hits you from behind. Because the AI in here is fairly competent. Alright. So we already got that, we already got... Yep, We went upstairs, we got that. So now we can keep exploring. Yeah. As you might expect, there's a couple more traps. And we need to come around to this side. There it is. Like, I remember there being some more ambushes. Mostly on the aspect of trying to... Curse Bite. Helps you resist curses, so it would have been useful to go to... when we went down to... basically anywhere the, I mean, it's Curse Bite. It gives you extra resistance to curse. Anywhere that those stupid, oh gods. The low frogs are, anywhere the low frogs are, they're useful. Alright. And we've reached another side of this place. Well, we'll take and deal with this first. First off, the item he gave us. Key to the floodgates of New Londo, which seal away 4 kings who fell to dark. The sealers flooded New Londo to banish the dark wraiths and the 4 kings. This agonizing decision was made with the realization that countless lives and the robust culture of the city would be lost. The victims now roam the city as ghosts. So now the reason this place is haunted by ghosts is specifically because everyone here was not allowed to leave when before the city was flooded. And we are undoing that decision. But it is the only way for us to access and reach the 4 kings who were buried under the water. We need their lord vessel since the furtive pygmy cannot be found. More specifically, if I'm honest, I think it's more a case of the furtive pygmy would not be possible to be reached at this time. We'll go over that when we get into later game stuff. But it is worth noting, the Lord souls that were found and used: Nito, the Witch of Izalith, Gwyn, and the furtive pygmy. Alright. And in the game, we will use Gwyn's, the furtive pygmy, Gwyn's, the Witch of Izalith's, Seath the Scaleless, as well as the Kings of New Londo. We don't touch everyone who gained the Lord's souls. It does seem like that, but that's not what we do. Which is kind of an interesting point. Also, it's worth noting that New Londo is just at the base, is just here at the base of everything. New Londo was built underground for one thing, and for another, it was boasted as a city of culture, a bastion of knowledge, and yet it fell to the dark. And we will be required to fetch something before we can face the kings. But let's explore what was lost here in New Londo. And they mentioned the Dark Wraiths. Something we've yet to encounter in the game. And a threat so great that these many corpses was required. They flooded the city and gave no one a chance to escape. And despite being buried in water for hundreds of years, these dark wraiths are as alive and agile and mobile as ever. And still capable and willing to come after us instantly. The Valley of the Drakes. What's interesting about the Valley of the Drakes here is, take a look. This bridge connected to another city that looks fairly similar to this one. But that's been filled in and destroyed, hasn't it? Still, even now, the Valley of the Drakes doesn't really hold anything of real value. So, we can continue on. But yeah, thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of corpses. All created, all killed, to keep what was here hidden. Or rather, to seal away something that had become uncontrollable. And the game specifically points out, these things are still around. Still mobile and agile. Be wary of Dark Wraith. I can hear him. Yep, there he is. As far as they go, that shield, the hand they're holding up is actually a functional shield. Note that they are single-handed swordsmen. Yeah. They're skeletal armor. But they are also a good source of Titanite chunks. Souls. And now we'll get to see more of New Londo. Founded after Anor Londo, obviously. Meant as a haven, but now a cursed place. There we go. And here we see one of the abominations spawned by the problems of the Dark Wraiths. Bloated monsters of fused corpses. So are these a side effect or the purpose of Dark Wraiths? Those skeletons we saw. Yep. Oh. My personal belief is these are the collections of soulless corpses, the remnants of their essence fusing together to form a new greater whole in a desperate attempt, which is always the same. I don't want to die. that single desperate plea we all have. I don't want to die. As nature has shown in the past, life always finds a way, even sometimes in even the most grotesque manner. But in my mind, it's effectively, the side effect. The big monsters are a side effect of the Dark Wraith's greedy hunger for the power of souls. The power of the dark enabling them to devour others. More specifically, depriving them of their humanity. Specifically, these black sprites. Which allows me to start getting into how I believe this game links. I think there's a couple ghosts around here, so I'm going to throw that back on. How this game links to Elden Ring. Because if you haven't noticed, take another look back at Elden Ring, and the shape of Lost Grace is clearly a humanity sprite. Something. So, my belief is that humanity sprites are effectively souls shed by the Elden Ring, as that were formerly empowered, that have long since lost the golden glimmer due to the shattering of the ring happening thousands upon thousands of years ago, such that pretty sure not a mimic. Yep. The very large ember, which allows you to upgrade weapons to, well, might as well just look effectively. Ascension for plus 10 standard weapons and plus 10 standard weapon to plus 15, on par with the greatest weapons of legend. So yeah, if you have a particular weapon of regular style that you want to upgrade to on par with what some of the legendary weapons, like our Black Knight sword, absolutely you can. Which is a freedom that a lot of games like this, a lot of games similar to Dark Souls don't get right. Which is the feeling of being able to take a mundane weapon and turning it into your own legendary blade. I know the first time I conquered Demon Souls, the game I, by and large, still consider probably the most hard and punishing game, I did so with a regular weapon. I didn't use any of the special ones. I used a Meridian hammer. A big two-handed hulking monstrosity that had a fantastic attack pattern. Two-handed specifically. But either way. So, we've unleashed the Dark Wraiths. There are long-standing punishments for this. You'll see over time, across the games, our decision to unflood this city will have far-reaching for not just us, others too. Because it's not just the fact that we unleash the actual Dark Wraiths themselves. We're enabling others to study them and learn from them. What we've effectively done is unsealed knowledge. Knowledge of the dark and the Dark Wraiths. And knowledge is one of those things, once done, cannot be undone. All too often, people wish they could forget things they've learned. And if there was a convenient, easy method too, how many people would willingly just give up? But, unfortunately, it is very rare to be that simple. Alright. And I skipped over one, I forgot about this. One of the hidden paths. Yeah, there's a way up there. But here, on the narrow path. Yep. Yeah. Alright, wait for him. There we go. What you just saw there with the glowing hand, that is a grab attack they have, which can actively suck out the humanity from you, as well as harm you overall. So, just be aware of that. It is a short... However, the grab is extremely short range. Yep, not a mimic. And more Titanite chunks, which are how you get up to plus 15. And the fact you get the very large ember here, this is where you start to see you don't need it for here, but this is the gateway to getting you access to the best weapons. Cracked red eye orbs. The presence of this item tells you how dark raids search for their prey. They use cracked red eye orbs to go after whoever and whatever may have souls on them. And another one of these abominations in here. And two dark raids. That's the real threat, that's the immediate threat. Yep. Note that even our weapon still only does 2 damage to these guys. Yeah, and the big slime monster is up there. I can hear it. Yeah. Yep, and here come the skulls. Blow up. Okay. Oh, it is raw physical damage. For some reason I thought it was magic damage, so I couldn't do anything about it. Yeah, like that big spear it's stabbing at us. Yeah. But yeah. Like I said, I believe these are basically the amalgamation of every victim of the Dark Raids as they use the power here to survive, use their power to survive by feeding off corpses, off the souls of those killed here. So, at least that's my personal theory. Alright. And believe it or not, we've just about reached the end. But we won't be able to do anything you'll see what I mean. But there won't be much we can do because, again, the four kings live inside absolute darkness. A place where we can't truly enter. Down there at the bottom, is an endless abyss. And to head down, if we enter it, we cannot do. We will be simply taken by the abyss. I just simply wanted to come here to show you. It's pitch black down here. There's nothing to find. We can't do anything. We need to find the strength of Artorias. So, we need the strength of Artorias. Well, we could follow in his footsteps directly, but alright. There is you could follow in his footsteps, but indirectly. But let's head somewhere else. You'll remember that last time I made sure we got a special item called a broken amulet. That would allow us to, that allows us to meet, well, we might as well go seek Artorias directly, right? So, let's go meet the man, the myth, the legend, the Abyss Walker. Alright. Now, with the broken amulet, we can actually access a special area. Wasn't available when the game first came out. It's the DLC. That will take you there's the seal of Artorias we could have purchased. But as I said before, we don't have a need for it anymore. We can, now that we got rid of the Hydra, we can take the ladder up. But there's also something else hidden here. Because, and we know that Seath the Scaleless is the one who pursued Artorias' information in his mad pursuit of research to understanding the scales of immortality. He became a duke and a researcher. They call the six-eyed channelers, which are those trident-wielding magic magicians we come across. All of them serve Seath and his pursuit and research. Seath has found crystals to be a method. And thus these crystal golems are servants of Seath the Scaleless. Some even contain actual servants. Alright. And down here Normally we'd be able to summon Dusk, but she's missing. Well, if you'll recall, there's a special place where we saw Dusk. Back here, where we defeated the golden golem that held him. Now, there's something different. Black pulsating energy. An abyss of sorts. Let's take a look. Behind it is the corpse of Dusk. She's been killed. Broken stone pendant, deeply enchanted. Half of a broken stone pendant. The vine appears to originate from Ulasil. A powerful magic can be sensed from this ancient stone, yet men of this time can neither manipulate nor sense its power, which has a distinct air of both reverence and nostalgia. And this is a very unique power, an abyss unlike anything we've seen, so, and if we examine it, oh, a huge hand grabs us and yanks us, and the hole is no more. Welcome to the Sanctuary Garden. To a place we've yet to be. And let's see what we find here. After all, sanctuary requires a guardian. This one is very impressively powerful. Something we can't see the likes of in this game. A fusion of light. One could argue the sewer games. Again, its speed is absolutely phenomenal. try again. We did pretty well, after all. I won't need the transient curses, so we'll just throw the poison build-up. The poison reducing off. And off we go. time it was just really aggressive this time. Yeah, looks like I won't be able to take this one, so we'll actually have to try. Alright. So we'll go to my favorites. My usual armor for this game is the silver. And actually take it down just a bit more, getting the Chloranthy ring. Actually, if we go hovels, yeah, that should be fine. Alright. Let's try this again. Wow, this thing's gotten more aggressive. All of a sudden though, that first time it wasn't that aggressive. Expecting to do is catch us with these sparks after the fact. Alright. Alright. Yeah, this is one of those enemies that's just kind of is so aggressive that it becomes a pain. Just thinking. I mean, we can always look for it, because I know somebody sells the Thunderstone plate ring. Honestly, just the Chloranthy ring might be the difference here. Yeah, no, I think that'll be the difference. And we do have, because I believe the Green Blossom actually stacks on top of it. So let's try this. Okay. Let's do There we go. Yeah. Yep. Okay. Nice. Now this, if you can't tell, I'm not used to using the Ultra Great Sword, the Great Swords. I prefer spears. Alright, so we'll switch to the Astora, see if that doesn't help a little. Yeah, because that gets us a little on the faster roll. Okay. Because that's more mobile. You don't hit anywhere near as hard, but... Not the worst, but definitely would prefer to be able to hit it a lot harder. Oh, got it at the non-angle, so it's pretty good. Alright. Of course. Head charged us. There you go. On the back roll. Yeah. Wonder if the fire Morningstar, because that's. Wonder if it's weaker to fire than it is to magic. We'll try that. Plus, it's a living thing, so it should bleed at least. But But if I put Hovel's ring on... faster. Let's see if I can get north of that. And if I can get it to bleed. Yeah, he wants to chip damage, so his head probably hit you. Nope. Just fine. On this one. So yeah, definitely of my options of what I've worked up, Black Knight Sword is definitely the best option. So take off the shield. Trying to remember, is it... Because yeah, the fast roll would be the ideal thing. So... I don't think I have it with the Elite Knight set. Let's check. Nope, it is still heavy enough. Wanderer set. Antiquated. Dusk of Crown. Why not? This will be worth a laugh if nothing else. That's the damage. Defense begins. So, yeah, just to show off that, yeah, I am the sort of person, if I truly wanted to, yes, I could sit here and, you know, pure offense over everything else. But that's not that fun to me, so it's a willing choice, just so you're all aware. Oh, the Grass Crest Shield. Okay, we'll use that. And here, we find Ulysses' Sanctuary. place that spoke of a lot of things. Oh yay, we can finally break, we are actually now strong enough to break curse if we ever get cursed again. But here, faceless beings all focused around a central bonfire. Except, it's easy to perceive it that way, but to me it's more like they're facing this way. But there's also another resident. We've seen mushrooms like this, but this one's willing to talk to us.
Well, look at this one. From what faraway age hast thou come? Thy scent is very human indeed, but not intolerable. Ah, Princess Dusk's savior. Thine aura is precisely as she described. I thank thee deeply for rescuing Her Highness. But Princess Dusk is here no longer, snatched away by that horrifying primeval human. And so I must ask, couldst thou once more play the savior?
Sure, she's asking us to save Dusk once more from the thing that attacked us, the primeval human.
Thank you. I am Elizabeth, guardian of this sanctuary. Something of a godmother to Princess Dusk. I shall assist thee to my utmost, for I am one with the sorceries of Uruseel.
What she's talking about is she offers some of the spells on behalf. Yep.
Thou shalt see an abyss was begat of the ancient beast, and threatens to swallow the whole of Uruseel. Knight Artorius came to stop this, but such a hero has nary a murmur of dark. Without doubt he will be swallowed by the abyss, overcome by its utter blackness. Indeed, the abyss may be unstoppable. Still, I have faith that Princess Dusk may be rescued yet. Thou shalt see, and without indeed step.
So,
May the flame...
now, this is something of a motif I will point out to the games as we go on more and more, but there's two words used to describe things, abyss and dark. Time and time again, those two phrases come up. The abyss and dark. Similar, but I find that they're not the same. And I want to make this distinction. Because the abyss is aggressive. Dark is just darkness, the natural opposite of light. And here in the Royal Woods, we see something similar. These greatly resemble the plant people we've seen earlier, except they even drop moss clumps. These, and remember, this is hundreds of years. This has to be hundreds of years before what we would know as Darkroot eventually. No, this place, the Royal Wood of Uruseel. So, before Anor Londo, this place was Uruseel. Kingdoms pile upon kingdoms, pile upon kingdoms. Even here, stone guardians. These ones armed with hammers. Come and protect us. These ones far more aggressive than the ones we've known. But still, the same duty persists. So this is where the citizens of Anor Londo learn to craft these. After all, everything has to come from somewhere, right? And more twinkling titanite. Indeed. These are the same as the Dark Root. It is simply that this place went by a different name. This was a sacred forest to the Ulasil dynasty. It was up and it was kept up. By these natural-born gardeners, created of the woods to protect them. And they do to this day. After all, if we head into Darkroot, the first thing that happens is you get attacked. Their farm implements have long since fallen into decay, and yeah. Yep. Oh, got me on that one. Alright. Oof. Okay. Ow! Yep. Oh well. And as our rule is undead, we fall and we get back up. So, off we go. We'll try our fire weapon. See if it can't. See if the flames can't help us make our way. They do definitely flinch from it. Well, we can go back to hovels for just a little bit. See if that doesn't help. I'll even do hovels great. Oh yeah. Can't because I'm not strong enough. Let's see. Do we go for the stability or... Well, we'll see because it's blunt damage, so... it might be worthwhile. At the very least, we can tank through the hit. Yep. Yeah. I'm just gonna go get our stuff back real quick before this kills us. Because I'm obviously gonna need some more healing. But, yeah. Yep. in toe-to-toe. We can hold our own, but... Yeah. Nice. But yeah, this is the Darkfruit Gardens in a different age. As you can see, there's a field of flowers, protected by yet more guardians. And the river that flows there to this day. Alright. Now let's see. We don't have to be here. We don't have to, I guess the best phrase is, we don't have to see everything all at once. But we are here to meet Artorias after all. I'd hate to depart without at least having seen the man, the myth, the legend. Artorias was told to have come here. So, Guardian soul. The Guardian exhibits traits of several animals other than lions, suggesting that it was no ordinary beast, but rather closer to beings known as demons. Indeed. Alright. Now let's start popping some of our lesser souls. Start about getting us a couple of levels here, because... be at least one level. Yep. Alright. Let's see, how many other... And let's see. Let's see. That puts us at 23. Alright. As far as I remember, the soul of the moonlight butterfly, soul of Quelaag. Okay, Iron Golem I know definitely I'm not going to use, because the only thing it gets you is this giant axe that's just a pure strength weapon. That. And let's see. Ornstein gets you a spear, but I'm not using them on this. Yeah, the Dragon Slayer spear. It's a nice weapon, but not one I'm honestly going to be using. And Soul of Quelaag is a curved sword. Moonlight, but yeah, none of these souls I'm really going to use. And just need a few more, and then our stats will be up for what we're looking for. Because believe it or not, for all I put into it, the Twinkling Titan, the Black Knight Sword is not my final weapon for this run. We're heading towards it. Yep. But we're not quite there. Alright. Nice. Okay. Heal up. I'm trying to remember. Because... yeah, these guys are all on high alert. Composite bow, less range, but more attack. Oh, why not? Didn't mean to do the cast, but hey. Alright. Downside is you cannot activate just one of these guys. Yeah, the golem will come hunt you down. And no matter what, the farmer comes with. Alright. Yep. Yep, not the command I'm going for. Okay. So I can tank through that blast. Okay. Because, yeah, that underground... I'm used to that underground shot launching me well beyond what I can take. Alright. Alright. Okay. Oh. Got him. Alright. Well, blooming at least. Let's see. Trying to remember. I thought there was... yeah, there's a chest in the pond. Which is why they're so protective of it. Get you a blue Titanite slab. Which is one of the precious items in this place that will get you a maxed out magic weapon. Alright. Get my stamina back up. There we go. Yeah, that's... if you're not wearing something like Havel's set, that will just launch you into the air and completely negate what you were planning on doing. Alright. And here... this will be a shortcut later. But for now... the Guardian Gauntlets. Gauntlets of the Stone Knights, Guardians of the Forest, Sanctuary. The Stone Knights are golems animated by magic, and their enchanted gauntlets are oppressively heavy. So they're actually lighter than hovels, a little better against strike. Their weakness is fire, and they have slightly less poise, but they have more poison resist, but no curse resist. Though it speaks volumes that the hovel set has a very high curse resist, telling you what exactly this armor was made to defend against. Alright. Effectively, our main goal for the time being is this big Coliseum, believe it or not. But that's a long way, it's a long winding road. Because we need to get to the other side. So, we just have to follow the road. You'll see here that this part of the river has dried up, or was at least dammed, whereas causing the other river to flood. Yeah. But to get to that side, we need to get through this flower field, which is once again actively defended by one of the big guardian statues as well as several of the farmers. So, see if we can't attract one at a time. After all, in a 1-for-1 duel, we probably can't lose. We may take some chip damage, but we rarely will. It's unlikely we would fall. So, yep. More purple moss clumps, which are very welcome. There we go. And get the corpse off us. Where you going, buddy? What do you see? What do you know, man? The big guy just running over. Where are you at? You prick! You killed Charlie! Charlie? Yeah. Charlie was one of the best gardeners. There we go. Ow. Alright. Sweet. Alright. And without them, without the big guys, the plants, these guys are usually not much of a problem. Yep. Like I said, though it's adorable little details like them having watering cans and such, tells you a lot about their purpose here, why they were created. So it adds a bit of context to, yep, there's the leggings. It adds a bit of context that, end of the day, what the Guardians were, what these plant people were here for, were simply to maintain the garden itself. Something they keep up. Even when the rest of their Ulasil magic has vanished, they persist, living and trying to keep out anything that would harm the nature. A self-reliant garden. quite an incredible, ingenious use of magic, really. Oh! Fuck. Okay. I got this. I got this. Okay. Never mind. That, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the optional bosses of this area. Calamite, the Black Dragon. Yay. And there's a... Yep. Like I've said before, crystal lizards are always traps. As you can see, you can hear that guy coming for me, the Guardian. And we're starting to see what they were talking about with the Abyss. Yep. And yeah, he's just gonna keep following me. So you have some choices. You can turn and face him. You can run. But yeah. I mean, take a look at this. They even have giant scissors to maintain the plants here. Alright. Alright. Soul of a brave warrior. And note that he's lost interest in us. More of Elizabeth's mushrooms. The flesh of the mushroom we met earlier. Consuming it not only gives you full HP back, but actually gives you a regen effect. It's extremely useful, but save it for when you truly think you're going to need it, to clutch that last little bit in the fight. And here is another point where the jump is going to be necessary, because, yeah. So practice it. And remember that jumps are long. Okay. Nope. Yep. About what I figured. Alright. So we start again. But one thing we should do is rest here. And let's get ourselves some real shots to work with. Alright. Let's get ourselves some real amount of Estus to work with. After all, Estus should do us just fine. After all, if we're going to do that... actually, let's go back to the grass crest shield. Because I'm pretty sure even on their back, yeah, you still get the extra stamina, so... I think that'll be more useful for us. Yeah. This and the Chloranthy Ring are for people who want to who want to be more mobile, is probably the most ideal. Oh, one of them fell off the cliff. Alright. So... Yep. But yeah, if I just wanted to be mobile, I would just throw on the antiquated set and work our way through. Yep. Because when you've got 20 Estus shots, chugging one at every juncture is not a hard thing to deal with. Yep. 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 Oh, got me on the second one. Rolled too soon. Alright. Yep. So yeah. I tend to play more relaxed and casual here. Just because it's more amusing. And play more like a regular first-person would. Being more cautious, estimating and overestimating what works for you. And more Twinkling Titanite. Alright. And yeah, without him chasing you, this area becomes a little more manageable because, well... Yeah. Because, well, without him chasing you, the ones with the scissors aren't actually that dangerous. They have more range. But yeah, here's where we'll start seeing traces of the abyss actively eroding and eating away at the world. It's literally hollowing out things, destroying the world, devouring it. And we see these statues here. Remind us of the slimes down in the depths. Which might give you a hint that the depths are an early stage or a offshoot of what's the slimes. That's where the slimes down in there came from. Is sort of an offshoot of what's going on. Here is hollowed out the land, creating holes to the abyss. It's literally consuming everything around it. Sounds like distant thunder, but it's just the wind. Interestingly, the snakes aren't here. The two-headed snakes, snake lizards, yeah, no. None of them to be found in this wood, so it's reasons that they're a later introduction or movement. Goes great arrows. Massive arrows meant to slay dragons. Hawkeye Go, who is one of the trusted confidants, and one of the 4 knights of Gwyn. Take a look at it just to show you what I'm talking about. Great arrow used by Hawkeye Go, one of Lord Gwyn's 4 knights, for dragon slaying. Requires great bow. Go personally crafts each stone tip and wraps the shaft tightly with tree bark. So these are custom pieces, each and every one, that Go personally makes. Alright. And this feeds us back around to where we were. But that's one of those things. He's a craftsman, and he's known as Hawkeye. So, he was one of the ones who would shoot, a giant who would shoot down dragons, so that the knights, like Havel, could bring their blades, maces, and what have you to bear. Purple Muscle, not bad. But yeah, so thinking about it from that angle. Alright. Alright. So at the very least, the 2 faster ones should come close. Yep. Nice. Alright, these 2 are going to be the pain because they can output a lot of damage, even to me. So, yep. Okay, run. As fast as we can, because this is one of the things we need, which is a shortcut, which gets us away from them for one thing. For second, that's actually a boss fight. And for third, over here, to meet an interesting character, and one that will inform us of much later things.
Let me guess. Snatched by a shadowy limb and dragged off to the past?
Yep.
Yes, of course. Exactly what happened to me. We are both strangers in this strange land. But at least now there are 2 of us.
Yep, and he sells the mosses you find on them, throwing knives, firebombs, alluring skull, and even sells humanity at 10,000 a pop. In addition, arrows, everything you need to keep yourself alive.
Did you happen across Knight Artorias? The legendary abyss walker from the old tales? Well, if you haven't, it's just as well. He's a colorless sort, if you ask me.
Indeed.
So, what did that not that I... Oh,
This is Chester.
So long.
Chester's quite the character. A bit different from everyone we've met. Also note, look at his weaponry. He's got needles on his legs, a golden dagger at his thigh. If anyone was to ever match the phrase rogue, surely this Chester could. And here, we've now activated this shortcut, so we can now come and go as we please for there more easily. So now we can reach the Colosseum easily. Let's see. But if you'll notice, there is also a path down, which should lead us down to this dry riverbed. Like I said, there's the boss, Knight Artorias, the legendary Abyss Walker. Soul of a Brave Warrior. But down here, we saw some items. But what's down here that could make this worthwhile? I mean, it reeks of being a trap. And there you have it, what it is. Some dogs. Rapid in attack. And a brave warrior who lost his soul trying to fend them off. But yeah. Oh, even more of them. I almost feel bad for the things. Let's see. Ah. I mean, if you doubt that this is Darkroot, if it's not directly Darkroot, which I do believe this is, this is simply a place related to it. The flora and fauna match almost exactly. Alright. This is the entrance to another boss fight. Remember that big black dragon? Yep. Also, that dragon doesn't play fair in the slightest, so I'm not going to suggest fighting him anytime soon. Calamite sucks. I'll put it that way. Because Calamite is also the most intelligent of dragons because he likes to just do artillery passes of just breathing fire down on you from above, where you can do nothing. And his fire is actually a mix of damage types. It's not just pure fire, but I believe it's actually a mix of fire and physical. So you can't just stack fire damage and try to tank through it. Try as you might want to. Alright. Let's head back, get our level, then take the shortcut, and see what we can do for Artorias. Alright. here we go. Yeah, you take a lot of fall damage in this game. They obviously get kinder on us in the Elden Ring and such, but yeah, you take a lot of fall damage. Alright. Let's say Brave Hero, Brave Warrior should be 10,000. 8. Alright. So, once more. Yeah. And we'll get some more endurance. Like I've said so many times, stamina and HP are how you survive. Stamina especially. Alright.
What is thy wish?
Golden apple, hidden weapon. Okay. And now we're good.
Thou art from... There are many things I wish to up, but I know that I must not. The perils of our time are overwhelming enough.
So yeah, this is our
flame.
So this is our far past. If maybe 1,000, maybe hundreds of years in the past, we don't know. But either way, alright. Alright. It's the royal wood. Nice. Alright, now that we've unlocked the shortcut, we can bypass quite a bit of the dangers of this place. Because unless you actively go looking for it, you can hold you can hang a right on the right hand side. And unlike Chester, also very much is clear that he's from a time farther ahead than us. Based on his dress, well, and the weaponry I see on his legs, one would imagine he was one of the earliest representations of what would eventually become Bloodborne. Alright. So, let's go meet the man, the myth, the legend. Yeah. Imminent attacking. Be wary of dead end. Yeah. Lots of people get frustrated with this fight. It is one of the rougher ones. Alright. Yep. I don't think the Hovel's Ring actually does much for us. Yeah, it's the same roll, so I'd be better off with either. Let's do Steel Protection. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the legend himself. Merciless. He doesn't show his face. It's long since been worn away. Artorias. Single-handed, no less. We wouldn't stand a chance otherwise. His great sword. Yeah. This is why I chose to have Fleming Chubb. Because Artorias here. Yeah. Is brutal. Managed to roll that one. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going to go through. Yeah. Artorias is brutal. Yep, got me. Admittedly, you're best off trying to be more mobile as him at least. But I had to show just, oh, he is a rough fight. Yeah. Okay. Now, with that shown off, I might just go back, because yep, the fast roll, yeah. It may seem funny to walk around in a dress like this, but hey, A, it's comfortable, and B, it grants us a lot more mobility. And like I said, and showed with the Guardian fight, pure attack power is nice, but you need mobility to really handle a lot of this. Though we are still going to get winged by various attacks. Artorias' attack animations are just faster than ours. That's something you just have to accept. Artorias is fast, brutal, and relentless. Alright. Let's try this again. But yeah, you can hear him breathing. Struggling to breathe more like. Yeah. Artorias is not. Yep. Ah, got me. Well, I was trying to roll to the side. I don't know why it didn't take me. Yeah. Am I getting some lag or something? Or maybe I've just gotten so used to the faster rolls of the other games. Yep. Yep. I swear I'm getting animation lag. Okay, let's take some time to just get used to roll. So let's just, we're not going to attack, we're just going to dodge him for a bit. Just getting a feel for his time. Yeah. That's a thing a lot of people forget to do, is take time to just learn to how to dodge an opponent. It may seem kind of silly, but alright. Yep. Because getting used to a roll in an opponent's attack pattern can also let you know when you can block. Yep, got me on that one. Yeah, one of the worst things you can do with Artorias is actually roll straight back. And I rolled right into his swing. Alright. As you might have guessed, I'm also used to a much faster swinging weapon. I usually use spears. So, when I'm used to being able to stay at a distance and just poke, it's a little different. But I'm challenging myself for a reason, so... Hmm. Alright. Then... Alright. Though it's clear Artorias' attack power is pretty damn high. Alright. If we die one more time, we'll go off and do another area. I just want to see if going for my traditional armor will help a bit. Though I think for upgrading this armor you need Twinkling Titanite if I remember right. So it makes it a little more pain in the neck to upgrade. But we'll see. Yeah, that's what I thought, nothing. Alright. But yeah, Artorias is a rough fight, but you'll also note that Artorias is A alone, so this is just a duel. So like, if you want to, I mean, like this, remember that they get more HP though. This is what makes more people hesitant to summon for this fight a little, is because if someone isn't helping and you're not up to snuff, you've just added extra HP to the boss for no gain. We'll see if anyone picks up, I doubt it. And what lies beyond? Boy. Yeah. I figure no one will. I gave it a minute. Let's do this. Here he comes. Yeah, if you run forward... Yep. Oh, got us on the third one. Yeah. like I said, rolling to the... Artorias likes you backstep. That is always what Artorias wants you to do. Rolling to the right or left is your better bet. More likely the right. As you might expect, as a left-handed swordsman, the right side is kind of weak on him. But he can scatter that muck around to chip damage you and stun you so he can get a free hit. Okay. Yep. Because that's something to note is unlike you, he is a left-handed swordsman. Now this means he's buffed his attack. So yeah, take your time, roll right. Don't get greedy when he does these attacks. Just counter hit, one hit at a time. Roll when you need to. Yep. People hit a wall with this because they get impatient. They want to end the fight immediately. Yep. Or they get greedy. Alright. Yeah. Yep. I missed too. So we're even on that. Again, the worst thing you can do with Artorias is roll back. He wants you to heal. No. No. Gotcha. And heal up. That explosion does hurt you, so don't go bother trying to get near him. Yep. Now when he does it the second time, he starts adding that extra mix-ups. We wouldn't see... This is one of my two favorite fights because it is just a duel that gets more and more intense as you go. My next... But once you understand this fight... Yep. And he's absolutely in third phase. He's pushing everything he can at you now. Again. It's... Yeah, that sweep right there. Yeah. He just gets further and further in the dark. He just goes deeper and deeper. Elizabeth mentioned that he has nary a bit of dark himself, so there's so much... He was nothing but light, so there's nothing but endless room in him for endless dark. So you are kind of on a time limit. Because the more you let him power up, the harder and harder he'll hit, till he did what he did to us with his which is one shot. But thankfully, we can teleport right back here to the Sanctuary Garden at any point. So we're not stuck here. So that's one place we could go. I suppose another... Yeah, that sound we heard earlier was Frampt sleeping. We have nothing to say to him, so there's no point in waking him. And I suppose the next place we can go is further down the catacombs. Thankfully, with so many of the necromancers gone already, we can pretty much just cut through with purely our basics. With the sword, we don't need to bring out the Astora blade, and work our way back down to seeing the Pinwheel Necromancer. Yep. Nice to deal with. Just honestly trying to remember and think where we meet. If there's anything else we might have missed, but no, I think we're pretty good. Alright. Just thinking if I wanted to attune. Oh, why not? Cast light. So then we get the Ula seal. And for those curious, cast light, it's not the worst. And I think it does a moderate job. It doesn't do the best. But it does help. And getting our way back down here. Honestly, yeah, we're better off doing one-handed swings with this. After all, there's more. We're more likely to hit the groups that are here. Done. Yep. And again, with all the necromancers gone, these are all one-shottable, slow enemies, really. Yep. But yeah, at least cast light helps brighten the area up a bit. Though, I kind of wish there was an armor piece that might have permanent light on it, don't you think? That'd be kind of nice. Nah, the game wouldn't be that kind to us. Oh well. All we can do is keep moving on, though. That sucked. Yeah. Ow. It's all chip damage, so it doesn't matter too much. Yeah, I forgot about that. This was just for a crystal lizard. But it does bring us back over this way. Oh well. Sucks for you. Oh. One of them must have dropped an item. It's usually just their shield. They can drop their scimitar, but I don't have any real need of it. It'd only get me like 50 souls if I fed it to Framp, so eh. Alright. And this is the way down here. Okay, so switches down. Do I want to touch that bonfire? It is closer, so... Alright. Waterfall one. Just in case. Something like stupid happens with the wheels. And yes, I could take the shortcut, but we're probably better off. Taking the slightly longer with more skeletons route. There we go. No, the other thing we might try and take out is that demon that's in here. After all, since we have cast light, this area is a little nicer. And Titanite demons, depending on the weapon, can be quite useful. Yes. So 315. Damn. Oh, okay, just enough to kill. Okay. Damn. Yeah, good thing. Yeah, that's mainly why I saved at this waterfall, because it's like, okay, I can do stupid stuff now. So, like I said, we can take the long way around or the shortcut here. That drops you. Yep. I think it looks kind of cool to have the cast light ball above our head when we have the Silver Knight armor. By the way, the item he's protecting is an Eye of Death. Nothing actually that useful. It's more the fact that the Titanite demon itself has the useful thing of, you know, the piece of demon Titanite. Alright. And down here is the safe way to reach the lower area, because now that I've gotten rid of the Black Knight, all that's down here is 2 archers. And now the painful bit. All the wheels. Yep. 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 Yeah. Yeah. Come on. Yeah, the wheels just suck. They really are the worst enemy in this game. And no, we're not done with them. There's even more of them in another area. Yep. Alright. We good? That all of them? I just want to make sure before I start. I will not risk the blacksmith getting killed. Alright. Which is why I hate that that bonfire is there, because it's so tempting.
Why, you have an ember, do you? Ah, forget about it. I don't deal with that kind. What has gone wrong with embers these days?
Alright. So, reinforced weapon. So I do have enough to get the +5. The +4, so, yep. Alright, so that's as high as that goes. Fire, I need more green. Okay. So, Occult Club, Divine +5. The Lightning Spear. Yeah, because...
If that'll be all, then you'll spoil.
Okay. Yeah. So we need to purchase more green Titanite to get the Fire Mace up. Alright. And this is where we fought the pinwheel boss. And now we can start to delve deeper. What with cast light being one of the things I really wanted. Alright. I can't take this. Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Tomb of the Giants. It's exactly what it sounds like. So those giant skeletons we saw upstairs? Yeah. Oh. Finally ran out. Yeah. They're all over the place down here. So be ready. Yeah. They're a decent payout. So if you can, I'd absolutely suggest coming down here for farming purposes. Like you see, if you've got the damage output and can take a hit or two, this ain't much of anything. Now, before we talk to that gentleman, we have a few other pieces of business to attend to. Alright. First is... you can see that there's an archer up here. Yeah. And they're firing fairly powerful arrows. Yep. Yeah. Here's one of them. Alright. Alright. As you can see, there's a body. Yep. Luckily, our swing is faster than these guys. Large soul of a proud knight. Alright. More Eyes of Death. For those curious. Lure phantoms from online. It's an online item. Only Covenanter can use item while Hollows cannot. The dreadful Eyes of Death spread disaster across neighboring worlds. Phantoms lured to the host world may end up as victims, allowing Eyes of Death to multiply and leading to further profligation of the Bane. It's an online play item where you basically draw in somebody who's looking to be summoned and kill them. It's all PvP stuff and it's bleh. Alright. And this leads us back to where we started. Nope, 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 nope. Damn it, I did it again. Because there's a bonfire I'm looking for, unsurprisingly, that leads you directly down into there, so... yeah. It's just a case of there's a bonfire down there and I just really want to... By the way, actually, this is now a +5 Black Knight sword, so this is as strong as it gets. So just be aware of that. So from here, the only improvement in damage we'll see is from improving our own strength and dexterity. That being said, the improvements we see from it is from a C rank in strength, so strength is your highest return on it, and E rank on dexterity, so it's really more of a power weapon. One that I suggest you use while you're scaling up your strength to 50 to be able to use the big dragon weapons. Or at least that's how I take it. Because depending on what you started as, 18 dexterity is not much of an ask. So then all you have to do is just keep using something like this while you worked to get yourself those stupidly powerful dragon weapons. If you're in pursuit of just simple high number damage. Yep. Yes. Alright. Yep. As ever, these stupid wheel skeletons suck. Alright, I see you. Yep. You last one. It's the fact that they don't have to be completely spinning. It's that when they do the jump to attack you, they're still considered spinning, so they're doing damage. Like, if there was any kind of build-up to them before they could actually hit you, that'd be one thing. Oh, well. Gripe, gripe, that's all I can do. Alright. Ideally, I'd get to go down to Nito at this point, in this run. Yeah, because I walked off the edge like an idiot. Remember my first time down here? I beat Pinwheel, and it took me forever to find that ladder. Oh, and of course it's all the way up there. Okay. Alright. Luckily, we can two-shot these guys, so nothing to it. Alright. Nice. And the step in you take with every swing of this sword is very nice, because it helps bring you in. Yep. So you don't waste stamina as much on bad swings. Alright. Now, around here I remember there being a bonfire somewhere around here. Ow! Crap, it's probably down. Yeah, it's down here. Alright. Sorry, folks, that's on me. Okay. My apologies, folks. I forgot it was just down here. Alright. Well, let's try and get my souls back at the very least. Alright. So yeah, there's the one giant up there sniping at us. But in here, there's actually quite a few of these guys. Yep. Yep. Which would be fearsome if I was using any other weapon, but the Black Knight's sword kind of punches through these guys with no issues. The soul of a brave warrior, and a hidden smith. Another divine blacksmith. The large divine ember. Ember required for weapon ascension. Large divine ember of the Secret Church rites, intended for select divine blacksmiths. Sends a +5 divine weapon and allows the reinforcement up to +10, on par with the very weapons of the gods. So, it allows you to hit the highest tier of power for the highest level of divine weapons. Of course, you'll require expensive materials and rare ones, but it can still be all the more worth it. Nice. And got me on the side. Let that arrow, though, speak for the size of the bows these guys are using. Oi. Alright. Alright. And now Let's grab this. Okay, just another soul. Oof. Alright. Now what's kind of interesting is to bring up, actually, somebody we talked to earlier, is the presence of Chester selling humanity. Because, at the end of the day, what that tells you is that Chester has no problem acquiring that. Alright. Nice. So he doesn't have any compunction about taking humanity from other living beings. Sentient ones especially. Yeah, I'll keep with the two-handing it. Alright. Nice. Alright. So we're at 33. So that should be enough for a level. Note though, we aren't finding any humanity down here. And we'll come to know what's that bright area over there. We'll come to know it eventually. Alright. Okay, let's see. Alright, so we need 26. Alright, so 22. Alright, that should be fun. Alright. Again, stamina is key. Alright. So now, let's talk with the gentleman. We've kept him waiting, and I apologize for that.
Good day. You look reasonably sane. What are you doing in the catacombs? Are you a cleric or something?
No, we're not a cleric.
No? Really? Then I'd have no qualms telling you. There's a fine stash of treasure right down that hole. I found it first, but, well, we're friends now. So I'll split it with you. In any case, have a look. It'll shimmer you blind.
Patches. Patches the Untethered. Been around a long time. Thousands of years pass, and not a damn thing's changed.
This is what I do, my friend. The trinkets I'll be stripping off your corpse, that's the real treasure.
And let's see what he did drop us to. Oh! Oh, wow! I think those are supposed to be ultra rare. The Gatherers of... I don't remember that being there. And large souls of proud knights, and a skull lantern if you want one, if you hadn't gotten one yet. Oh, but someone else.
You're no hollow, are you? Thank goodness. Please be careful. There are 2 fierce hollows not far from here. They were once brave knights. My former... Who would let such strong spirits... Heavens...
In other words, the 2 guys we saw before, the 2 knights, they've now... The precious princess is now all alone here in the dark. And they're now utterly hollow. Yep. Though even hollow, they still have their arts. Yep. Sorry, guys. Unfortunate for them.
You banished those 2 hollows, did you? It pains me to think of the trouble my failings have caused. I am certain that both Vince... Thank you so... Here.
Replenishment.
I am certain that... Thank...
Alright. So now, we need to get moving back to get out of here ourselves. By the way, the miracle she just gave us, replenishment. Common miracle among cleric knights. Gradual HP restoration. Beware of cleric knight blessed by replenishment, for he shall not fall easily. Quite a nice one. But for down here, cast light I think will come in more handy. Now, these are skeleton pillars. Quite nasty amalgamations of corpses. Their attacks are about what you'd expect. But they do drop white titanite chunks, which are necessary for the holy arts of holy weapons. So, they can come in handy. But it's also worth noting that those pillars exist. Oh, and this brings us back to over here. And let's go have a talk with our friend who kicked us down there. Hello.
Oh, you. Well, let's just calm down. Talk about things. I did you wrong, but I didn't mean it. These temptations. They can, well, overcome me. You know what I mean, don't you? Please, forgive me. You and me, we're jolly undead outcasts, aren't we?
You pathetic sack of shit. Sure, we're jolly cooperating.
Oh, brilliant. A second chance. I had a feeling you'd understand. I did, but if I were in your shoes... who knows what...
Yeah.
I did you wrong. Please.
Alright. So yeah, we won't kill Patches. After all, he's already failed, so what else could we do? Now, this is the interesting version. Every giant we've seen up till now has been largely humanoid or relatively sentient. Here, yeah, I had to show this off. How much damage that thing does. And it feels like it's far in excess of what it should. Like, just to show it off, though it doesn't make a lick of difference, I just have to show this off because of... It's one of these cases where it... I don't know if it was programmed specifically so. No matter what you do, you take so much damage. But just, man... Like, yeah, we can still two-shot them. But, man, oh man. And something's coming. Alright. Here we go. And down here, of all places, is another Black Knight. Yep. Got him. And I got the Black Knight shield, at least. Alright. Oh, he got a headshot, so... more power to him. Alright. But yeah, you can hear more of the dog ones. And... believe it or not, that Black Knight was actually one of the more dangerous enemies down here. Like, if you have a decent physical heavy weapon, you can usually stun lock quite a few things down here. Yep. And as we've seen, these guys are no real threat. Not a bad place to grind, honestly, in my experience. And there's at least one more. Let's see. Alright. Bonfire? I don't remember there being one, but... man! Talk about perfect spacing for one. I did not remember that one. Alright. By the way. Ah, there he is. I'm like, where the hell is he? Okay, so he saw me, he just... got it. Okay. But yeah, like you see there, it doesn't matter what armor you wear. They're just going to do damage to you, period. Yep. Oof. Yeah. Okay. So the R2 will do is enough of a forward step to hit from there. Alright. Brave Warrior. Alright. And here we can see Lake of Ash. You can see one area from another. Enemy ahead. Yeah. Yep. Well, we we actually hit a point where we can see out. And yeah, one of the great trees of the Ash Hollow. Down to the waters below. Nito's tucked himself away down in here. And be ready. Just getting to this boss is not a simple feat. Be wary of stabbing in the back. Yeah. Because there's a lot of these guys. And guess what? They can pop up anywhere they friggin' want to. Notice how there's a lot of blood spots? And you heard two, because one comes up behind you. Oop. And there's an archer, of course, because this area couldn't be rough enough on its own. Yep. And now... Yep. Yeah. And and pushes you off. Yep. I was trying to bait him out, but I got a little too close. Alright. We'll do 3, because 15 should be plenty. Alright. Nice little effect. Get us nice up to... There we go. Cast light. Imminent happiness. Yep. But you don't have to fight all those giants. Just make a right, and those big dogs you can ignore. Yeah. Because their vision is about as bad as yours. On purpose, naturally. Alright. But now that I'm in human form, we're also about to get a reference. Dark Spirit Paladin Leroy. Of all things, a Leroy Jenkins reference. And his weapon, Grant. A legendary weapon of the Way of White, granted to a undead paladin long ago. This massive iron can only be lifted by those within human strength, but it is blessed and very effective against agents of the dark. Yep, 50 requires 50 strength and 30 faith. But the stat bonuses you get for this weapon at being able to wield it are ridiculous. Alright. Nope, Crystal Lizard got away. Alright. Need bravery. Be wary of things stabbing you in the back. Yep. So just take your time. Pick your fights. Nice and simple. Alright. Yeah. There we go. Because now that I'm here, yeah, he can't push me off. And then, the pillar's not anything major. Yeah. It's mostly I was trying to bait out the attack, and I got a little too close. I thought I could bait the foot out. But, eh. And from here, more pinwheel necromancers. Oh, it gets worse than just them. Because they start summoning little tiny baby skeletons to hunt you down. Luckily, we're to the point, these are lesser versions of pinwheels, so we can two-shot them. But there's just so many of them. Yeah. And they're all toxic. Oh, come on, you didn't think this was going to be easy, did you? Soul of a hero who made it this far. I forget if the... It's been a while, so I forget if the White Titanite slab, so if you need a +10 weapon. So you'll have to forgive me. I forget if they respawn. Yeah. I know these little things never go away. Yeah, like you see, there's just an infinite supply of these little bastards. I'm leaving. Which is actually a reference to Demon Souls, and one I really wish they didn't make. Alright, we're leaving. Because I'm not getting toxic and killed by these little things. Alright, the actual boss is down here. Okay. Death ahead. True enough. Ladies and gentlemen, let us meet the first of the among the lords of souls of the lords. Nito, first among the dead. Death and miasma, his weapons. Now, Nito never fights, does not fight alone. As you might expect, the first among the dead carries many of the dead with him, as you might expect. Luckily, Nito himself is fairly weak. In the fact that he's really slow. Yeah. And he can hit his own. So, if you've got enough physical resist, you can tank through most of this with no problems. Yeah. Unfortunately, everything's going to keep getting back up because Nito is the Necromancer raising him. But Nito's not actually much of a problem. The First Lord Soul is ours. A piece of humanity. And a considerable bounty of souls. Yeah. So, 5, and get our strength up further. Alright. So, we have a considerable amount of stamina as well as HP. Yeah. So, we have our first Lord Soul. Soul of Gravelord Nito, first of the dead. This soul was discovered at the dawn of the Age of Fire. Gravelord Nito administers the death of all manner of beings. The power of this soul is so great that it satiates the Lord Vessel, despite the fact that much of its energy has already been offered to death. So the reason it was so simple, Undead Parish, yeah, is because Nito had long since offered most of its strength to its followers, the Pinwheels. The power had long since been, and thus their own individual power had been diminished. Now, as far as our...
Well, I'll be. That's a brilliant for all my years in the trade. I'm just an old smith.
Very large emperor, of course.
No, Andre of Astora gets the job done.
And so now, if we wanted to modify to holy or the highest tier, so the reinforced weapons, so for example... Oh, wait, I need to go grab that.
I'll be seeing you, Beaker.
Because, actually, that's something I want to do. Is... bottomless box. The weapon we actually need is the straight sword hilt, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. Yeah. Straight sword hilt. The one we start the game with. And I'll need it to be plus 10 if I'm...
Yeah, perhaps you could... I've long dreamed of...
Large divine. So now we can even make it an even holier weapon. So that's an option too if you have a major faith build, so where you just do strength and faith. Let's see. Just checking. Silver Knight set, yeah, is Twinkling Titanite to upgrade. Elite Knight sets. Yeah, that... Titanite chunks. Yeah, because... Yeah, now it's getting to the point where, yeah, might as well. Alright, yeah, plus 9s with chunks, and then you need a slab, so you'd need 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Okay. So then, from there...
Don't get yours neither.
Okay, so we got that. So that's the one of these several Lord Souls we need. Note that you can't use it to become just souls for you. Okay, so that's taken care of. So then, next up... Could go after... Just trying to think. We have gotten stronger. I don't have need for it at the moment, so... Ulasil Sanctuary... Just thinking where to go next. And Orlando wouldn't be bad. Suppose we can... Yeah. I suppose we can go see Seath. Yeah, that'll probably be the next place to really go. Seath the Scaleless, the traitor to the dragons. Yeah, I suppose that's the next place we really want to visit. And see what we can do. After all, it's Seath who instigates much of the problems. I'm just trying to think of anywhere else. I can think of one more side area that we could do before we get locked into this. But because once you enter and really get into this area, you can't actually leave for a bit. So it's one of those... It's one of those places I have mixed feelings about. Because it's interesting, but it is one of those times where you're kind of locked in place for a bit for a story work. For story purposes. Yeah. Alright. Yep. Let's see. Alright. And that crit hit. Alright. And that's how bad they can hit. Yep. Crystal Straight Sword, Blue Titanite chunks. Yeah, what the hell. Alright. Yep. And of course he teleports away. Yep. Alright. Got you two. Alright. almost there. But yeah, crystal weapon. Oh, come off it. How'd I know that was going to happen? Maybe that's just a sign I need to do something else. Yeah, I'm taking it as a sign. Alright. I know where we can go. Yeah, no, I know where we'll go. Here in Firelink Shrine, there is actually a bit of a secret. By the way...
Oh, sometime.
Nope, you can't talk to him anymore. By the way, there's two things to show off. First... we'll head up here. Back to the Undead Parish, and here we see...
Hello. I will never forget what you did. I am deeply full. It was not with it. I cannot, in case you have not heard. I am Rhea of Thorolund. I only wish there were time and experience. If that could put a mirror, I would be maybe.
So, she sells divine blessings at 1,000 apiece, which are wonderful. Heal, great heal. So, excellent magics. Force, great heal, Wrath of the Gods. Primal form of force creates a powerful shockwave. Wrath of the Gods was an epic tale that tattered over time and devolved into modern force. This primal form of force emits a shockwave that also inflicts damage.
Prince and Nico were fooled by a lout named Pat. My prayers did. It is my ignorance. Perhaps Petrus and thus made the Arcan hard.
So,
Then be safe. Farewell, Rhea Nox.
yeah. So she'll be here for praying, and she knows that she was abandoned by Petrus, who probably just viewed her as an ignorant child. Alright. But where we're headed today is over here. Alright. Made it. Nice. Alright, so up here, on the upper parts, there's an item on there you can drop down for, but we'll come back for that later. For now, we'll come up here and find ourselves at the nest of the giant crow that brought us here. And if you want to curl up like a ball, the crow has been trained someone else reached the top. It takes a little while. But, in a feat of impressive strength, no less, the crow returns to its nest, picks us up, and does something you wouldn't expect, but bring us back. The Northern Undead Asylum. Home again, home again. Note, though, this place expects you to be a considerably bit stronger. These do a whole lot more damage. And we're expected to be stronger. This place is nowhere near as kind as when we first escaped. Security has been tightened, and things that were once simple are not so much anymore. What do I mean? Well, for one thing, what was once just a simple archer is now a black knight. Yeah. This place has had a huge security boost. Yeah. And all the tutorials are still here from when we first left. And even the knight who kindly gave us the Estus flask in his place has gone hollow and mad. Luckily, we've come back much stronger than we left. And he gives us the Crest Shield. One of the most magic-resistant shields, and is slightly stronger than the one we have now. So, this might be really a shield of a nameless knight, likely a high-ranked knight of Astora. One of the enchanted blue shields greatly reduces magic damage. So yeah, same stats, magic, fire, and then there's the Black Knight shield we got, which actually has a 95% reduction of fire and is more stable. But it is heavier. Knights faced the Chaos Demons and were charred black, but their shields became highly resistant to fire. So yeah. And yeah. Every trap and trick is still in place. But the enemies doing them are simply stronger. Which then should beg the question, then what about the cell we started in? What's all the way back at the beginning? What could possibly be awaiting us? Well, let's go see. All the enemies we saw were gone. Again, the security has been increased several times over. Our escape has obviously been met with some displeasure. Enough that a Black Knight guards our cell. And there's an item. A corpse left in our cell. What a peculiar doll. A strange doll in a strange dress. There once was an abomination who had no place in the world. She clutched this doll tightly and eventually was drawn into a cold and lonely painted world. Wow, folks. And he's no longer just pacing around. It's ready for a fight. Well, we'll have to see. Alright. So, we'll see what we can do. After all, more gives out from us now. Ow. Man. Say hello to the stray. Yep. Okay. Much more powerful version of the one we fought before. And he can summon explosions. Yeah. Yeah, no, it sucks. Yep. Yep. But luckily we're really readily able to be plowed through the fight. Humanity, a Titanite slab. So we can now perfect one weapon. And 20,000 souls. So, just a little extra. Just to cap us up. Just to push us to keep moving. And Black Knights here don't respawn. So, we now have access to that. Access to another side area. Because, technically speaking, I should have gone to it before dealing with the Sanctuary Garden, but I figured we were strong enough to handle it. But before we do depart, I may pick up some other goodies. Yeah. Yeah. Because there is a trader here, but an unusual kind. Is it here? No, I think they're a little further up. Ah, is it down here? There it is. No, there's that. Where am I missing shiny? Been a long time since I've done this trade, so it's just remembering where it is. There they are. There we go. Not gonna say anything, huh? So if you drop something like Sunlight Badge, really? Did I break something? Maybe you're supposed to find them earlier? Don't know. Oh well. But there's supposed to be a trader there, an invisible character who would basically, you drop an item and they switch it out for something else. But neither here nor there. We can curl up like a ball and head back to Anne Orlando. Fire the shrine, and they just drop us off right where we started. And yeah. Alright, let's see. And as far as things go, we can at the very least come up here for this item. The asylum key, which I forgot to get before we went up there, so that's on me. I don't believe it leads to much. It's just the upper floor key. But we might as well be completionists and go take a look. It's not as if it really harms us. We get to hear the bell ring out of more people getting there. And yeah, they speed things up after you've done it the first time. Maybe if it reloads now. Or maybe we just scared them off. Who knows? Okay. But yeah, we'll just head upstairs. In this area, yeah, in most areas Black Knights are non-respawning. Though it speaks volumes that Black Knights are what were chosen to come out here and crack down on the law, so to speak. But I think it's more a case of Black Knights are being used as executioners to clean out the undead. So that any who are completely hollow just kind of are eliminated. Alright. And that's what I forgot to do. Luckily this won't take long. Because, though their stats have increased, these enemies aren't much of a threat. And hey, now there's two of them. Alright. There we go. There's not much here as far as I remember. It's just an extra item. But it's one of those, I finally get to see what this is. Ah. This isn't a bad item. It's a situational, but it is also one of those, wow, that can make a world of difference. More specifically, what I'm talking about is the rusted iron ring. Sorry if you can hear the lawnmower going. This iron ring was used to shackle the guilty. It is terribly rusted and faintly stained with blood. Those who find this strange ring to their liking will be pleased to find it easier to gain footing on poor ground such as swamps. So you know how water slows us down and how certain depths of water slow us down? With that ring, it no longer will. So, it can be quite the handy little tool. But, that's enough of that. We can head back. And I suppose we'll go see one of the 2 times you're locked in. There are 2 times in this game you are locked in an area. You can get locked in and not be able to leave. One is in the Scaleless's dungeon. The other is this place, the painting. Both of which times can be kinda rough. Still. Alright. Yep. Still, we managed to make it this far. So all that's left is to pick one and go finish and go through. Ah. And our good friend Patches has made it here to Firelink.
Oh, we meet again. How many of you are there? You've come at the perfect time. I'm done with the looting, and wondrous treasure. There you are. Oh, relax.
Yep, he, of course, teaches us how to prostrate and beg for forgiveness. Patches, once again, sells humanity and twin humanities. Take your pick. As well as heal and great heal. You know how he has a thing about asking you if you're a priest? He really hates priests. Ah, the other masks, and the cleric set. So, the Mask of the Mother reigns over the catacombs, raises equipment load. No, the Father, equipment load, slightly raises HP, and the Child, stamina recovery speed. So, you have your options. Equipment load, HP, or stamina speed, if you want relatively light equipment.
What? Nothing above.
Note that he is not bothered in the slightest by the presence of Frampt. I have a belief that the reason he sets up shop there near Frampt is specifically because he's used to him. And that, true to his word, he's keeping... that Frampt is how he got out of the lands between. Alright.
Oh, hello. I regret meeting you under such... At least we both made... Incidentally, you're clearly tapped. Of course, we will require...
Okay.
Splendid. I am... Well, then.
And, yeah. This is stuff I usually... Yep.
Goodbye, then. Do stay...
And Big Hat Logan.
There you are, as promised.
So then he teaches you Great Home, Homing Soul Mass, Soul Spear, which is one of your most devastating straight spells. Yeah.
Heading out, are you? I too will leave soon. You have great potential.
Alright.
Oh, hello again. I was waiting to tell you. And he tells me, well, we are both in your debt. He's just over there.
Alright.
Oh, hello. I appreciate that. Will serve. Goodbye, then. Do stay...
So yeah, we've saved Logan, we saved his apprentice. We've saved quite a few people on our journey. Alright, so then... next up... yeah. You know what? Yeah. And Orlando. Because you know what I think, folks? Let's do another side area before we do Seath's. Because Seath's dungeon is pretty rough. Even over leveled, you're still gonna run into trouble. Alright. Let's see what we can do. Now, there are actually two secrets here. We've not encountered. The first one is a lower area we've not seen. And the secret about Anne Orlando. First, the switch actually has 3 settings. And this tower can descend to bring this top area to the exit over there. But in addition, down here, there's something hidden. Beneath the veneer, we see a bonfire. And a tomb. It's just a corpse with the ring of the sun's firstborn. Note that they are never named. So, you have the ring is granted to those who enter a covenant with Guinevere, daughter of the Lord of Lord Gwyn and Princess of Sunlight. This slightly warm ring boosts synergy of miracles. The Princess of Sunlight, Guinevere, left Anne Orlando long ago with many other deities, and later became the wife of Flame God Flan. Wait, if Guinevere left, who's upstairs? Or Lord Gwyn's firstborn, who inherited the sunlight, once wore this ancient ring. Boost the strength of miracles. Lord Gwyn's firstborn was a god of war, but his foolishness led to the loss of the annals, and rescinding of his deific status. Today, even his name is not known. The ring granted to adherents of Gwyndolin, Dark Moon deity and last born of Gwyn, Lord of Sunlight, grants an additional magic attunement slot. The Dark Sun, Gwyndolin, is the only remaining deity in Anne Orlando. His followers are few, but their tasks are of vital importance. Huh. But we see Guinevere here. And the place is overrun with silver knights. What do they mean that there's no one left? What an odd description, wouldn't you say? There's also no mention of the mother of any of Gwyn's children. Don't you think that's kind of odd? Like I've said, my personal theory is that the mother is the furtive pygmy, and that she was not as well respected among the gods. because she was mortal human. She was a human. So she was belittled and eventually went her separate way. Or at least that's one possible theory. Alright. So for now, let's head on in. There's some painting guardians, but nothing we can't handle. We've gotten fairly strong. Yep. Oh. More throwing knives. Yep. Not bad. Alright. Now. There's this big painting. They even have guards dedicated to it. What could possibly be so important about this painting? The peculiar doll. And we're just sucked in. Someone wants something. The painted world of Ariamis. Indeed. Due to the presence of the doll in our inventory, we are now able to access this area. The enemies are fairly strong, but nothing we can't handle at this point. Yeah, I think I'm gonna make a break here, take some lunch, and make some food and relax for a bit. So next time, we'll get to learn more about the painted world. Thank you all for joining me. I have been the Ephemeral One, and this has been more of Let's Stream Dark Souls 1 Remastered. Thank you all for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye for now, folks. Bye for now.